Kevin.
I'm Winona.
I'm Celine.
I'm Fong. I'm Brian.
Today we are going to discuss the main concept of inflation.
Have you ever wondered why the price of oil increases every year? It is because of inflation. So, what is inflation? Well, basically, inflation is an increase in the general average price level of goods and services in the economy. Hence, purchasing power of money drops.
Auntie, I want 2 plates of this one.
2 plates char rice. Okay, can. Here, 2 plates. 2 plates, $7. Thank you.
How much is it?
It was $3.50 a plate.
Oh, why is it so expensive now? Did she charge you because she didn't like you? Wasn't it then $2 a plate?
Excuse me, which generation are you from? $2? That was 10 years ago. Now the prices has
In
increased.
this case, we can see that 10 years ago, a plate of char siu rice only cost $2. Now, it has increased to $3.50. This shows that in 10 years, the price of a plate of char siu rice has increased by 75%. There are different types of inflation. For example, hyperinflation, stagflation, core inflation, deflation, disinflation, wage inflation, and many more. In this video, we are going to discuss only hyperinflation and deflation. Hyperinflation is defined as a very high and out of control inflation, wherein prices increase so fast and by an enormous amount. For instance, the hyperinflation that took place in Venezuela. It is currently experiencing an extreme hyperinflation, and the rate of inflation is estimated to hit the 1 million% mark. Deflation is the general decline in prices for goods and services, occurring when the inflation rate is negative. This is usually because of the reduction in money, credit, or consumer spending. For instance, Greece experienced its first deflation in 45 years in 2013. The root cause can be found in the structural economic inefficiencies that were born out of the 1980s depression the country suffered through. Furthermore, there was a very high unemployment rate in the country. In order to measure inflation, we need to calculate Consumer Price Index, or CPI. CPI is an index that measures changes in the average prices of consumer goods and services. A basket of goods is used to approach that aim to compare a consistent base of products from year to year, focusing on products that are bought and used by consumers daily. The index uses the base year as a reference point for comparison with some earlier or later year. Next, let's take a look at how you calculate CPI. CPI is equal to cost of market basket at current year prices over cost of market basket at base year prices times 100. Once we select the base year and uses the market basket technique to generate the CPI numbers, the annual inflation rate is computed as the percentage change in the official CPI from one year to the next. So then, how do we calculate the annual rate of inflation? The mathematical formula of annual rate of inflation is the difference between the CPI in the given year to the CPI in the previous year divided by the CPI in the previous year multiplied by 100%.
Demand pool inflation refers to a rise in the general price level resulting from an excess of total spending. This inflation often occurs at or close to full employment and is often expressed as too much money chasing too few goods. Hey guys, sorry for being late. I had a meeting earlier.
No worries, bro. We just arrived too.
Oh, it's really great to see that all of us have our own jobs now.
I know, right? I hope the economy will be doing as stable as it is now.
Now that I have more money, I think I should get meat instead of only veggies.
What? Let's share this. We're best friends, right?
Bring the cashier by.
No!
In this demand pull inflation curve, you can see that an increase in aggregate demand shifts the curve to the right, from 81 to 82. Thus, price level is raised from point X to point Y.
On the other hand, the cost push inflation refers to an increase in the general price level resulting from an increase in the cost of production.
I'm planning to buy a car this year, but why is the car prices so high?
That's because material prices have also increased, and because of that, I have no choice but to increase the car prices too. I'm sorry, but I really can't help you with this.
This cost push inflation curve illustrates that an increase in the cost of production causes the aggregate supply curve to shift from AS1 to AS2, thus increasing price level from PE1 to P2.
Firstly, inflation shrinks income. Income can be divided into nominal income and real income. Nominal income is the actual number of dollars received over a period of time, while real income is the actual number of dollars received after adjusting for inflation. The true measurement of purchasing power of money is real income, which can be calculated by nominal income over CPI divided by 100. The higher the rate of inflation, the lower the value of money, which will in turn make real income lower. If nominal income does not increase in order to keep up with inflation, the amount of money a person has for spending will be less. Hence, the standard of living will drop. Wealth is the value of the stock of assets owned at some point in time. Inflation benefits wealth holders if the value of assets rise faster than the inflation rate. However, inflation hurts those who wish to buy assets later as they are more expensive.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Salim.
Hi, I'm Mr. Tan.
I'm looking for a plot of land, preferably an accessible one.
Okay. So here's a list of plans I can offer you today.
Can I have a look at this one?
Okay. Are you available tomorrow at 11 a.m.?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you please record your contact details down here?
My name?
Thank you. And here's my name card.
Thank you. So I'm gonna contact you tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. See you. Thank you. Yes, hello?
Hello, Mr. Tan. Are you here?
Oh, I see you. Turn to your left. Here.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mr. Lin. So, this is the plot of land I've been talking about with you earlier. It's near an MRT station, and it's near the city centre too.
It's a pretty good plot of land. How much are you willing to offer it?
I'm willing to offer it for $1 million.
I'll take it. Here's a check of $1 million. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, are you Mr. Lim?
Yes, I am Mr. Lim.
Mr. Wong,
What brought you here today?
I heard you're selling a plot of land.
Oh yes, I'm selling this plot of land. So near here there's an MRT station. There's also a city centre nearby. Yeah. This plot of land is near this.
Sounds like a very good place.
Yeah.
How much are you willing to offer it?
I'm gonna offer you $1.25 million for it.
Why is it so expensive? Wasn't it 1 million before?
Well, the demand for land near the city area has gone up, and the inflation rate has also went up. So I couldn't help but increase the price.
Then I'll guess I have to take it there.
Thank you. Nice dealing with you.
Yes, of course.
In this case, Mr. Lin benefited $250,000 from selling the plot of land he bought 3 years ago, whereas Mr. Wong was hurt from the expensive land he bought from Mr. Lin due to the rising inflation.
Interest rate is influenced by the inflation rate of an economy. There are two types of interest rates, the nominal interest rate and real interest rate. Nominal interest rate is the actual interest rate without adjustment for inflation, while real interest rate is nominal interest rate minus inflation rate. Real interest rate determines whether lenders, borrowers, and savers gain when there's inflation. For example, a bank loans money to Mr. Smith at a nominal interest rate of 5%. However, the inflation rate for the next 5 years turns out to be 10%. Hence, the bank loses while Mr. Smith gains.
To sum up, inflation isn't intrinsically good or bad. Like many things in life, impacts of inflation can depend on one's personal situation. After watching this video, we hope that you can understand better about inflation. Bye!
Bye!